Hello, viewers and subscribers. Hope you guys are doing amazingly well. Welcome to my YouTube channel again. Today we have a special podcast for you with an amazing friend, a producer. Love this, trust me.
Yeah.
He's an agbawu. So that I'm saying, well, help me welcome him. Give me some cheers, guys. Give me some cheers. Give me some cheers. So
Thank you.
And just to give us a
you.
quick introduction about you, just briefly.
Well, I'm Dapo Kennedy. Well, most people call me and know me as Dharpsykord. And well, that has been like my production tag for a long time. And yeah, I started producing since uni.
Wow.
Yeah, university. But the interesting thing is I think my knack or my passion for production started with, you know those keyboards now. The keyboards with diskettes, all those PSR 540 and stuff.
Yeah.
Where you just make beats or just
some of
stuff.
them even use diskettes. All those.
Oh yes. I actually started production with diskettes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I started with something like that. All this, the Cock Trinity. Disket, something like that.
So basically that was how I started. Then gradually to Reason 3 that time.
Wow.
And from then produced quite a number of artists.
Wow.
And still here doing it.
Okay, so now you're a big time producer, we all know. Now I see a lot of young guys just sleep and wake up one day and they're like, I'm a music producer. They just give themselves, as they just sleep and wake up and say, yes, I don't produce.
Yeah.
They just carry laptop, they just make beats, they just enter Fruity Loops and do party. And the thing is just that you'll be like,
is it that simple?
And they just wake up and they're like, okay, so the reason why I'm talking about this is because let me give you an illustration. Something happened. I had a client here that came to work with me. So I was supposed to just record this session. And I have nothing to do with I didn't make the beat.
All right.
The beat was made by another producer outside. So mine was just to record the stuff and just give it to him and take it to his producer. So we had an agreement. I even gave him discount. I was even nice to him. I even gave him discount. So eventually we recorded this. When we were recording it, the song does not have any head. It didn't have any head. It didn't have any tail. The guy was just singing. He was just freestyling. So I was not like, maybe have to just it by. So for me, I couldn't understand how I will record that kind of thing. But I said, we should just record. I said, but this thing no rise. They were like, yes, record it. So when we're done recording, normally when I'm done with recording, I give my artist a scratch mix. Like, just to listen to it. So when he took it to his producer, the guy that made the beat for him, the guy was like, no, that's not this. That he didn't record it, but the guy has to go back to the studio to go and re-record it. I'm like, okay, no problem now. You pay another money.
As long as you pay.
I'm like, okay, pay half. So he now sent my voice notes to the producer. The producer was not like, what's wrong with this producer? But if he doesn't know the job, he should say that he doesn't know the job. I'm like, and a lot of things, I'm just trying to narrow out them. So instead, I'm even insulting things. So for me, I felt like, I didn't yap like this. So I just like, I just freeze. Now, the thing I was wondering was that the producer doesn't know, he's supposed to be here with his artist.
Yeah.
Supposed to tell him, okay, this is how we're going to sing it. Because the beat was not even complete. He was supposed to direct him. I was even not directing the beat that I didn't even write because the guy couldn't even sing properly on it. Now, what I really want to understand now is that from your own perspective, what do you think what is a music producer and what is the dynamics, the relationship dynamics between an artist and a producer?
Oh, okay, that's actually it sounds like a simple question, but with different parts.
Okay.
So now, because technology has narrowed down a lot of things for us, it makes it look simple that, this is the job of a producer. So the producer just does the beat and the artist can do whatever he wants. Okay. No, it's exactly not like that. So this is how I like to illustrate. Okay. So you want to build a house.
Okay.
Do you get?
Okay.
So who do you go to when you want to build your house?
An architect.
Simple. So you have the vision. So I can tell my architect that I want to build a 5-bedroom apartment.
Okay.
That is my vision. But the architect knows how to plan the building. Do you get it? He knows that, okay, this is where I should put the door. This is where, okay, so if you are entering the house, I shouldn't enter the house and a toilet is facing me, or a convenience, or a bathroom is facing me. Do you understand what I mean? So, yes, it's my vision, but I have to go to an architect to help me put that vision in a proper perspective.
Wow.
So, in simple terms, that's the job of a producer. So the producer knows that, okay, for this style of music we want to do, this is the kind of drummer that is going to work. This is the kind of bassist that is going to work. These are the kind of musician. And a producer necessarily have to be it doesn't have to be the one to even mix the song. Do you understand? That's where most people also get it wrong around here. The producer doesn't necessarily have to mix. The producer can say that, oh, I know one engineer that can get this sound for us. Let's take it to this guy to mix. Do you understand? Or if the producer decides to mix, the producer doesn't necessarily have to do the mastering. Do you understand?
I think to that master, sorry I call you short. Why is it that in Nigeria it's like some studios just do everything? Is that supposed to be
I think it's budget most of the time. It's budget. You know, when you have a situation whereby, and because we all think that, oh yes, computer can just do everything for us right now. Do you understand? But you will notice that from the generation of producers that come before us, they were not doing it like that. Do you understand? In fact, they necessarily doesn't have to record. There's also a recording engineer, even though that role looks like that role is phasing out now. But there used to be a recording engineer. There used to be a mixing engineer. There was division of labor. So everybody can concentrate on what they need to do. So, but because right now, but don't forget that even that time, those times, if you're talking about when recording started proper, if you're talking about the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, before computer got into the game,
Stone
age of production, you realize that it's not as if recording was even cheap that time. Do you understand? Production wasn't cheap that time. For you to get into music that time, you had to be signed to a record label. Do you understand? So it was record label that was funding projects. So people realize that, oh, now there's computer. Now you can actually have these things on your laptop or your phone or whatever. You can get these things done by yourself. So it looks like the budget crashed. And many people can now get into the game. So with the budget crashing, with technology coming into everything, it felt like I can do everything by myself, which is not true. So what people don't actually realize is that even though the dynamics has changed, most things around what we do, there's a lot of change going on. But the practice of the profession has not changed. Do you understand? Even it's just like saying for the medical profession, a lot of things concerning the medical profession, a lot has changed, but it doesn't mean that I can just decide to read something on Google and I'll call myself a doctor. There's still a practice to the profession. There's still a process to becoming a doctor. So I think that's what is missing kind of now. And that is what is making everybody just believe that, you can do everything. So.
Wow. Because it's just a wholesome lot of things we are hearing there.
Sure. I know.
Okay, so I observed something like artistically in the Nigerian music production. I want to try to use Nigerian music production.
Yeah, I get
the creative duo between artist and producer, whereby the artist will come with, okay, I have a song, and the producer will be like, okay, I'm a creative person. I think he's beginning to slowly shift away to artists just saying that I want my song to sound like this. I want my song to sound like this. Saying that, okay, I have a voice, I have a deep voice. I want your voice to sound like a person that is singing. And for me, I don't think it's a bad idea because you can use something as a base. It's just like when you have crude oil. You have gold. All these things are all mineral. They are all natural mineral stuffs in the world. You can from crude oil, you can get petrol, you can get gas, you can get petrol, you can get diesel. So I believe that you can look at somebody's craft and work something around what. It's not like you're saying that you want to get oil and you want to make gold chain out of crude oil. Doesn't work. Gold is solid. Crude oil is liquid. So I believe that there's this thing with artists just being like, okay, I want it to sound like this. But for me, I'm like, does this work? Does this make any sense? Because how can you try and... It's just like the way they use auto-tune. It's like, okay, I want my voice to sound like this, like this, like this.
Tipping.
So they totally take away the creative part of the music, the creative part of the voice. Or what's your take on this?
Well, I think it depends on. I think it's different strokes for different folks.
Okay.
Really, when you have a situation where maybe someone wants to sound like another person, I'll most likely ask the person that why. So that would be my first question.
Okay.
Then you also own your voice. That's what I would tell anybody. Own your voice.
Own your voice.
You can't sound like the next person, so there's no point trying. You can learn. You can learn from another person, but you necessarily can't sound like that person. So own your voice, own your craft, practice, develop yourself, and be yourself. There is no point being a copy of another person. So just own your craft and be that craft, and let's see what you have. So if there's something that someone has done that you like, that you want to copy, then you can copy it in your context. Not that you want to lift it like just lift like an absolute copy. So if you have a thin voice, there's nothing you can do from now to tomorrow to make it busy. If you have a bass voice, there's nothing you can do from now to tomorrow to make it sound thin. Or if there's an arrangement on the song, did you say? So, and there's nothing you can do, and you can't even lift an arrangement directly from a song and put it on your own. That's obviously plagiarism, and it's because another factor to this is that, especially to copying, is because we don't have very strong laws yet. Though the laws are coming now. Okay. The laws are coming, and we now have serious entertainment lawyers that are getting these things done.
I think I've been observing that.
So if you try and plagiarize anything right now, your stuff will be flagged. So now just own your craft and just do you.
You said something earlier pertaining to AI. So I'm a little bit curious. So do you think that technology has made our artists lazy, in the sense that because I think you should know where I'm going with this, because when I look at guys now, everybody now is performing with auto-tune live. When you look at people that go out to, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but the extreme usage of it. So most people will just enter a studio, will not be able to sing jack. They just slap that stuff for you, and you're like, oh my God, is that my voice? Do you think, I have a feeling it's making people lazy, or is it excess of it that's making...
I don't think it's... Should I say it's making people lazy? Maybe not.
Okay.
I think technology is meant to make our life easier.
Facilitate.
Technology is meant to facilitate, because I can imagine, take for example, imagine those years when they used to use 2-track to record, and you want to edit. It's sometimes when I record live drums and I'm editing drums or something, or tuning or editing vocals, sometimes I thank God that I wasn't born that time.
You're cutting tape.
I'm telling you, because I don't know how I would have survived. But, well, they survived in their day. So I think technology is meant to facilitate convenience and comfort for us. So it comes back to the thing I was saying about craft.
Okay.
So technology mustn't take away the fact that you need to develop your craft and you need to develop that skill to deliver. Because if you can't sing, then that means you can't perform music live.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
understand? So let's say we do all the manipulations for you in the studio. Okay, you've done the studio. We've done marketing for you. Oh yeah, come and go on tour now and come and sing to people. Then you can't sing, you can't perform, you can't deliver. At the end of the day, the same way you rise quickly is the same way you go down because you can't replicate. So I think that even though technology is coming to play now, we should use technology to facilitate what's within us already. Do you understand? So if you're a performer, then learn how to use some of these stage technology to facilitate. Do you understand?
Facilitate, not
not
depend.
replace, not depend. Do you understand? So maybe it's technology that will control your lights or your sound, or maybe your in-ears, or maybe there was a time whereby you had to memorize your lines, you memorize everything, but now you don't have to. Do you understand? You have things that can support you while you're performing. Do you understand? So those things are meant to help. Those things are not meant to replace the craft.
Yeah.
The craft is the craft. The technology is the craft. And talking about AI, so let's say, because I was going to say, I was going to say it in another, well, not this podcast though, but I think I can just say it here. And the point is, let's say there's AI technology now that can write. Let's say you have a songwriter AI, for example, and I say, okay, write in the style of R. Kelly, for instance. Do you understand? The AI, the technology is limited to the writing style of R. Kelly for that moment.
Okay.
Until another person comes out and beats that writing style, that is when AI can advance to that level. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that AI is only limited to the boundaries of human advancement.
Wow.
Do you understand? So that means that now that technology is coming out, we humans also have to push and break all our boundaries. Do you understand? So if there is something I did yesterday, that means what I did yesterday, AI can copy that. Exactly. That means I have to do something new today that AI has to catch up on.
It's like a rat race.
Do you understand? So that means now, okay, so let's say what we did yesterday, AI has caught up on that. So that means we have to do something new today that AI has to catch up on. So it only means that if you don't know the craft, then technology will catch up on you and will leave you behind. So that's what I think.
Talking about AI, I don't believe that AI can take the roles of some certain positions.
Yeah, I also agree. Though it's going to take some roles, but there are some roles that humans still have to be involved.
Because I have my friends were gisting yesterday and they were talking about AI. I say AI is going to take people. I said AI cannot take the work of a recording engineer. They cannot take, because the thing is,
to an extent, though, do you know that? Okay, someone sent me something, and the person was like, "Oh, I just recorded this with this software, BandLab." Just before we started, I was asking you about BandLab. Yeah. So the person just recorded via BandLab, and I was like, "Okay, send me the files." All the person had to do was to send me the link to what she did, and I would just download, and I have the files already. That's. To an extent, that's the work of a recording engineer anyways.
There's somebody is going to hang the microphone, properly place it. That recording phase is possible. But
I think it's still going to crash some jobs. It's going to limit the amount of humans involved in that job.
Yes, but I think that's the word.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to completely replace humans. No, it's not.
It can't. I said, nah. I said there are some people that he can't. He can just try to catch up, trying to look at what it can do, but because if you take a look at some effects that we even you notice that there's this humanization knob they put on it, because they know that everything cannot be perfect machine. We still need a face of human feeling in all these things. So
in fact, just to add, I've tried AI mastering before.
Wow.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I think I've seen it somewhere.
I've tried AI mastering and I've tried mastering by humans. And for now, today in 2023, whatever year you are watching this, for now, today in 2023, human mastering by human still beats AI.
Wow.
I've tried both, so I know. So mastering by humans, because there's a way the intelligence of human being can react to what you're listening to in the song.
And can relate to the way
we naturally listen. Whatever is programmed into that AI to master is whatever is programmed to it. Do you understand?
There's no creativity.
Yeah, so there's no flexibility to know that this is what I should do here. Wow. Do you understand? Wow. So
yeah. So all of you that are afraid of AI, it's not going to take away all your job.
It's not going to take away all that.
Just calm down.
Yeah. So, but still work. It means that we now have to like double on our work rate.
Double on work rate. So I want to ask you, like, what are your top best 3 artists, secular and gospel?
I think that's one conversation I try not to involve in, because I'm a firm believer in the uniqueness of everybody, uniqueness of every artist. As long as you can sing really well, I'll listen to you.
Let me rephrase because I must get my. So what I'm saying is that there are a series of artists.
Okay.
Which artists do you love or do you get inspiration from? Like maybe you listen to a song and like your go-to.
As a producer, that's difficult.
I do. Even for me, I can't give. I can still say some certain people.
because for me now, in a week, I'm not exaggerating. Some weeks, I know that some weeks I listen to like up to 100 songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
You be my senior.
Because sometimes I just I have subscription on about 3 or 4 music platforms. I have Apple Music, Boomplay. I have Spotify, Deezer, then YouTube. Well, YouTube is not subscription. YouTube is not just so. In fact, one of the things I do is in the morning, by the time I'm done with my morning routines and everything, the next thing I do is YouTube. I'm looking for, so what's new and everything. So it has not really allowed me.
I think we have something in common.
Yeah.
outside Bible and everything.
Yeah.
YouTube.
So it has not really allowed me to say that, this person is my best. Also, because while I'm in the process of enjoying this person in my research, I've already found something.
And that person just popped up, bing.
Do you understand? So I'm not like this guy tied to maybe we see waiting stop. Wow. So and in the process of make I see waiting stop, I'm already. Do you understand? So I'm like constantly in the process of researching, finding out, listening, and checking out. So as I'm checking out their songwriting, their voice, their texture, their arrangements, their mixing, their everything. So as a producer, it's like a lifelong project.
More like observation rather than being.
Yeah, so I'm not very attached to any, and both secular and gospel right now. I'm not very attached to any singer or something. I listened to when Beyonce came out with her last album, and the funny thing about Beyonce won't tell you that she's releasing. You could just say, and everybody starts raving about it. So once I get there, I just like, oh, wow, that's fantastic. In our last album, I think I had like 2 tracks that I was like, And I felt like, she must have, and Beyonce has a church background. So I felt like, maybe this could have been influenced from her church background or something. And
I think artists kind of, basically.
Yeah, you get. So that's it. And usually that's how my week runs. Do you understand? So maybe at the end of the week, I will now have like highlights
Okay.
of the songs I've listened to.
Okay.
Then I can now go over those songs again and
Review.
like review and
Oh,
so
wow,
basically that's
interesting.
it. And sometimes it doesn't have to be new songs. Sometimes it could be songs that I've listened to years ago, and I feel like, oh, maybe there's something there that I need to check, and I just need to find out. And man, I like the way.
Yes.
Maybe I like the synth. Let me check that song again. Or maybe, or it could just be some, hey man, some old stuff. Let me just.
Wow.
So I'm not really attached to.
You shall fly that question.
I'm
It's
that.
all right.
Yeah.
There's no problem. So is there any project you are working on like that you've worked on that you really, really fell in love with, that you're like, wow, this is, because as producers you can be producing them and you find joy in producing these particular songs.
Sure.
Can you give
I think I have two. Okay. I think there's one has been released. The other one is still in the works.
Okay.
Yeah, but we are done recording, we are done producing. It's currently being mixed. So, and some of the stuff that I've done, they are already on YouTube. So,
okay.
I don't know. I think sometimes.
Your YouTube, Barry? Your YouTube or the artist YouTube?
No, the artist YouTube.
Okay.
But I was going there that sometimes you could just like type Dharpsykord and some of the things I've produced would definitely pop up.
Okay, so guys, go and check that out. So like do you have anything to give out to probably just a parting word, something just to motivate, to push people to the next level so that AI will not catch up on them, what to know.
I'm not a motivational speaker, bro.
Just draw bars, waiting happen. You don't start again. So much humility, and we know everything alone.
But though I think I'm in love with education. I'm in love with education. I'm in love with just don't rest. And I think that's going to be my parting words. Don't ever get to a level where you think you know it all. I think that's one of the things that has been working for me. I don't ever get to a level whereby I feel I've arrived. Do you understand? It's not even in a year like 2023 you're gonna feel like you've arrived, because by the time you are feeling yourself, one 15-year-old boy is already
the corner
I'm telling you, just in one corner and just kicking your behind. Do you understand? So it's not. So I'm very big on education. I'm very big on research and study. I just want to learn. I just want to read. So, and which is what we have to do right now, because whether you like it or not, technology is here, AI is here. So don't rest. Just keep studying.
Wow.
Of course, find a way to enjoy life and everything.
Very importantly.
But don't. I think that spirit is also going to help you connect with as many people as possible.
Okay.
When you have a penchant for learning, you are open enough to relate with people and to just listen to people and just learn what they have.
Wow.
So I think that's going to be my parting word.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for impacting a bit of
I
used to learn from you. I cut myself over to a couple, and whenever you do stuff like me, I used to do. I say I don't see, but I really know I've still stuff from you for you. I will not mention. So thank you guys for your time. Thank you for taking time to listen to this podcast. We'll be coming with more. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.